Is this shame that you're actually confronted with actually about you? Is it a worthiness wound? Or is it a limiting belief you need to heal? Or is this shame you absorbed through systems, experiences, and conditioning that had nothing to do with your actual worth? So, for example, if you experienced financial abuse, the panic that arises when you have to make financial decisions might not be a limiting belief. It might be your nervous system remembering when someone used money to control you, to threaten you, to strip your agency. Now, the money mindset industry says you're just blocking abundance with fear. But the trauma informed question is, well, who taught you that you weren't deserving of financial security? Who instilled that fear in your nervous system? This distinction matters because the money mindset industry treats all money struggles as personal mindset problems. And this profoundly harms those with actual trauma histories by reinforcing your trauma as a limiting belief. Your survival mechanism is just about worthiness, and your legitimate fear is something you're doing wrong. When you try to affirm your way out of trauma, you're being told your pain is your fault, and that is victim blaming. Poverty isn't a mindset, it's a policy failure. The gender wage gap isn't unworthiness, it's structural discrimination. Financial abuse isn't a belief you can reframe, it's violence you experienced and survived. Money mindset work operates on the premise that you had your thoughts create this reality. Change your thoughts, change your financial situation. This framework fundamentally misunderstands trauma. Trauma doesn't live in your thoughts, it lives in your nervous system. It is encoded in your body through experiences where money was connected to an actual threat, control, shame, and or danger. And you can't think your way out of a nervous system response. Here's what happens when survivors of trauma try to use money mindset work. There will be the affirmations, worthy of abundance. And the conscious mind tries to believe it. The nervous system, though, is screaming danger. Like, no! Having money meant control. Having needs meant shame. Being visible meant threat, and shut down this immediately. You're then further shamed by the money mindset industry saying you're just doing it wrong. You just need to try harder and believe deeper. And again, not how trauma works. Okay, try the visualizations now. Close your eyes, imagine the abundance. Feel what financial security would feel like if you're able to actually imagine or feel anything at all. The conscious mind's trying to say yes. This is what I want, absolutely. But the body is then in panic, tightness, shutdown. The nervous system floods with the same activation it learned that money was dangerous. Opening your eyes and then feeling worse than before, blaming yourself even more. And you're told that you're just feeling resistance. Your subconscious, though, is protecting you from greatness. Keep visualizing. But what you're asking your nervous system to do is to feel safe in the same scenario it learned was threatening without actually addressing the trauma. The visualization triggers activation instead of creating that safety. Okay, try releasing the limiting beliefs. Journaling until the cows come home. How many of you done this? All the things. Identifying all the beliefs of not feeling deserving of financial success and then reframing it to be positive and affirming of worthiness, deserving of wealth. Repeating these beliefs over and over and over and over. But then in practice, the body is in the same constriction. You're told, oh, you haven't fully released the old belief. Go deeper. What's the belief under the belief? But the block isn't the belief, it's trauma. That trauma response. You can journal about beliefs forever. But if pricing your work activates shame that was instilled through years of conditioning or specific experiences, cognitive reframing isn't going to resolve it. I also want to be clear. I'm not against manifestation and creating the life you desire. This is for the people who have manifested the cup of coffee. They've manifested the car space, the ladder, the double gutter thing, a text, maybe even a specific person. But when it comes to actually money, this is where you're frustrated. You've manifested all the things. What's wrong with me in this area? Why can't I figure this out? It must be me. I must be broken. I've done all the other stuff. It's just this. I got to do all the things harder. But that's not the case. It's because there's a gap that needs to be discussed and what is actually happening. And that's why we are having this conversation.